Right, you join us here, a beautiful lake in Bedfordshire near my home. It's a lake that I used to fish, back sort of when I was about 15 years old, and I was really fortunate enough back then to catch a couple of real nice ones out here. One of the fish was a fish called cuptail that went 40 pound, 14 ounces I had it at. I'm back. I've not fished the lake for quite a while, and come down for 24 hours, and it's been really, really good. Got down here sort of yesterday evening after work at about 7 o'clock. Had a real good walk around. The wind was, at the time, was more of a northerly, but checking the weather forecast, it was going to turn to a northwesterly, which pushed right into this corner of the lake, which doesn't receive a lot of pressure. Funny enough, the swim in question is called the Unsociable. And while I stood there, I actually see a fish head and shoulder out, sort of 30 yards out, and for me that was it. So I got the bow around, stuck it in the swim, and didn't really want to cause too much commotion, so I opted just to feel for a couple of drops in areas where I think I was likely to get a bite. And the rigs I was using, really, really simple, short length of lead core, fish rotary style, helicopter style, sort of a 2 ounce, 1.5 ounce lead, just light enough to get the cast out, and feel for a half decent drop. Helicopter setup, 6 inches, 7 inches of a strippable coated braid, a slightly stiffer version, which means it's sort of, if the fish sucks your bait in, spits it back out, it can reset itself. And hook bait wise, it was just a balanced sail wafter. I know sail's gone in that lake in the past and it's caught a lot of fish, so that's why I opted for that. Little sail wafter, no bag or anything, just cut nuggets of foam. Flicked them out in 2 areas where I thought I was likely to get a bite. One was down to my left, just off the tree. First cast, flicked it out, lovely drop. That'd do, fishing, foam's popped up. With the catapult, 30 odd baits over the top, right hand rod, same sort of thing. There was an inlet pipe to the right of the swim, and obviously as the water gushes out, it's created almost a shelf and then like a drop off, and at the bottom of that is, I know from fishing it previously, it was always a good spot and always relatively firm. So I flicked the lead out there again, same setup, felt for a really good drop, foam's popped up, a couple more packs for the bait, and within sort of half an hour I had 2 rods fishing, and I was really happy. As the night went on, the winds picked up. It's turned more to a northwesterly, which in some venues probably isn't the greatest wind, but it felt nice. You stood there and it felt nice against the face. It felt nice and warm, and fishing that lake previously, I know that whatever sort of wind that there is on there, if it's new and it's fairly warm and fresh, they get straight on it. So yeah, the wind turned sort of like midnight sort of time, started really picking up, and I had to wait a while for a bite, to be fair. It weren't until about 5:30 in the morning I received my first take. Bobbin's whacked up tight, rods arced around, I fit into this fish, and to be fair, it didn't really fight that well, and I thought, maybe it's one of the smaller stockies. And I've got it in, and sort of in front of the swim there's a row of lilies, so I've had to wade out a little bit, just only slightly, to get the net over the lilies, and I've got it, and it's a lovely old mirror carp of 29.5 pounds it went. A fish that I've not seen before actually, and one that I'd not caught previously when I used to fish it all them years ago. But yeah, lovely old leathery, motley skin on it, like a real old Bedfordshire type fish. So I was well happy with that. Redone the rod. I think I had a bream actually on that rod shortly afterwards. And then my right hand rod, no more than probably 40 minutes later, sat there having a cup of tea. And the right hand rod's absolutely arced round, and this take was like really furious. And I've hit into it, and it's fought really, really well. Got it nearer the lilies. I could see it was another original, fully scaled, lovely fish. Got it in the net. And another one, I think it's a fish I'll have to look back in my photo album, but it's potentially a fish I've caught previously. But yeah, a beautiful, beautiful fully scaled fish. I didn't weigh it, but I think it's, I don't know, maybe an upper double, 18 pounds, something like that. But yeah, well happy with that. Got the rods back out again, and a short while later, the right hand rod, which I've just had the take on, has gone off again, and it was one of the newer fish they stocked in here last year, probably about 14 pound. And yeah, so that was the sort of the morning's action, as you like. Gone for a walk, baited up a few different spots, because you can get them going in the margins on here. Baited a few different spots and kept on checking them throughout the day. But unfortunately, no real signs of fish visiting the areas. I tried a couple of different swims where it looked promising for a bite, but nothing. But you know, obviously overwhelmed and overjoyed with the fish I caught in the morning, and especially that 29.5 pound mirror. Real nice fish. So yeah, that's up to sort of speed now. We've had a good walk round and tried to find some fish on the spots that I've been baiting up, but nothing's really visited them. Dropped onto the small lake now, which is next door to the main lake, just see if we can get a bite on here. So yeah, fingers crossed something happens, let's see.